What if one call could change your life?
Today we're going to cover just how that can happen.
Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Crystal.
And I'm Brandon. Welcome to Monday Mortgage Matters.
Today we have Richard Neese with us. He is the host of Real Estate Rundown, which is also another weekly show. Thanks for being here, Richard.
I know, thanks for being on the show, man. So earlier you talked about how one call can change your life. What does that really mean?
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on first off. And you know, with the Richard Neese team, we believe in helping good people get to a better place. And the way that we do that is by helping people find homes. You know, in the real estate industry, that can be a game changer as far as, you know, folks are often caught in the rent cycle where they're paying more rent than they would for a mortgage. Right. And also owning a home is a part of the American dream. I mean, that solidifies your place in the community. You become more grounded, more connected with the people there. And then you also have some other things like forced savings, which actually help not just this generation with your family, but also generations down the line. That's where you know, you create assets. You create something that is going to be a long-term wealth generation for your family.
That's true.
So we were talking about some of the common challenges that people have, and one of them that stuck out to me was the fear of rejection.
So I'll talk a little bit about the fear of rejection. People are afraid of being rejected. That's probably the most common thing I see because, you know, not only is there fear of rejection, but you also have misinformation and things like that. But on the fear of rejection side, people are afraid that when they call, they're going to get turned down, and then it's going to be this cataclysmic event where, you know, it ruins
never
their
recover.
whole life. Exactly. It ruins their whole life. I'm sure you see that a lot, Brandon.
Yeah, I do. I mean, because people call here and they're so worried about what their credit score is or some kind of fear of getting turned down, right? And we never try to use the word turn down. We just say not right now.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
There's always
and you guys have great programs where you can kind of build up credit scores and things like that. I've had several clients where we've spent 3, 6, 9 months working through that process. And I mean, that's the biggest thing. It's a judgment-free zone. And you're here to help people just like me.
It's like going to see a doctor or something, right? You don't go in there all kind of, what are they going to say about me? Like, you just want to get wherever that next step is, right? You want to get fixed, right? So we're like that here. You know, if it's credit, if it's income, if it's job, whatever it is, we're going to tell you what you need to do to get it fixed.
So you mentioned misinformation. So what kind of misinformation are people getting?
So a lot of times, you know, and Brandon knows this, the industry has changed a lot from the last 20 years. So grandma and grandpa might be telling you you've got to have 20% down or something like that. So I know Brandon has seen that pretty regular, especially with down payments. You want to talk just a second on that?
There's tons of programs out there with no money down or low down payments or down payment assistance. So it's making that call to figure out what your options are.
Absolutely.
Right? So you know, credit inquiries and the fear of, is that going to hurt my credit?
Right.
No, it's just misinformation. And you're talking about 20 years ago. I think a lot of it is maybe 5 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it was much harder to get a loan 5 or 8 years ago than it is now. So, you know, the average credit score for people getting approved is dropping all the time. Sure. But there's just tons of misinformation about all that stuff.
Absolutely.
So it's just making a call to
And I see that so often because I'll talk to folks on Facebook before they even want to make a call. You know, they're talking to me through Messenger and they start saying, well, you know, my credit's not good, or I don't have a down payment, or you won't finance that type of loan. Well, a lot of times you're getting information from people that aren't professionals, that aren't in the business. So you never know.
Their friends and family.
Exactly. And they may be knowledgeable, and when they bought that house, that may have been the case. But the industry's changing. I mean, even since I started real estate, it's changed a lot.
Sure.
So that's something we always got to go back to and find the professional, find the person that knows exactly what they're talking about, because you know, you may be able to get that home today, and that one phone call could change your life.
That's true. What about people's work schedule? Is that like an issue or anything?
You know, I've seen that pretty regular. You know, when you deal with some companies, some banks, things like that, you may be stuck in a traditional 8 to 5, but there's always going to be some flexibility on that. You know, I've called Brandon at 7, 8 o'clock at night. I've set up appointments, or we've had appointments early. I mean, people are always worried about that from the consumer side, and so they automatically shut down. They automatically say, well, I can't get a hold of a banker because I work 12-hour shifts, or I work night shift and I got to sleep during the day, or whatever the case might be. And there's always a solution. I know you guys are pretty flexible as far as that goes.
Yeah, I mean, so, you know, obviously we have generic hours here that we're in the office and the whole team's here, but, you know, we're here to service the people, the community, and so if that means, you know, taking a call after hours, we obviously got tons of online options where you can, you can go on our website 24/7 and do an application, which then we can follow up at a time that's good for you to go over that. But we're always going to be flexible.
And they can put special instructions on that too, right? I mean,
absolutely.
if they fill out that application, I'm sure there's a place where they could say, hey, I need to be called between this time and things like that.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, there's always a solution to that problem. I mean, yes, there are folks that work 7 to 7. I worked for the sheriff's office for a long time. We can make it work, whether it's at lunch break or whatever it is. You know, I've shown houses at 5 in the morning before. Of course, that was summertime, so it's a little bit brighter. But I've worked around some law enforcement schedules where they were working all night, and then I showed them that first thing in the morning. It was vacant too, by the way. There was nobody living there at 5.
It was like, you got to be up and out and showering out of the house.
You want to sell this house? Yeah, right. But there's always a solution to the problem.
Because clearly people that work in those industries buy homes.
Yeah, they live somewhere. Right.
Right. So it's not always, but don't let that be an obstacle that you just say, well, I just don't have time, or nobody will make time for me, because that's not true.
Yeah, we'll arrange something. We'll make it work for you.
Yeah. So just in summary, don't let the fear of rejection, misinformation, or your work hours keep you from buying a home or even having that conversation. Make that call, right?
Absolutely. It could change your life.
It really could.
So we hope that this has been helpful to you today. If you're looking to buy, sell, or refinance, just give us a call at 256-734-6012 or visit us online at SniderMortgageTeam.com.
That's right.
Richard Neese, thank you for joining us today. It has been a pleasure.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Thanks. So we hope you have a great week and a great rest of your Monday.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, they're calling me right now.
So we hope that this has been helpful today. So we hope that this... Okay, I'll sit on my hands.
I know you're like me.
So we hope that this has been helpful for you today. Helpful to you. So we hope that this has been helpful to you today. Yeah.
Richard Neese is here today, and we're going to talk about rejection.
Hey, honey. You're on Monday Mortgage Matters.
Can change your life.
Am I really?
Yep, right now. All right. All right. I love you. I'll talk to you in a few minutes. All right, bye.
So Richard, tell us, did that one call change your life?
Absolutely.
What am I saying? So what else do you see people face?
So with the misinformation.
I'm sorry, I forgot my line.
Stop laughing!